Hello everyone, my name is Piklu Dotto, ID 224080006. Today I am going to present my presentation topic Morphological Analysis in NLP. In this presentation, I will discuss morphemes, morphological elements, morphological process, streaming, lemalizing and finite state transducer. Going to the next slide. First, let us understand what morphological analysis means. Morphological analysis is the study of the structure and formation of word. It helps us understand how a word is made from similar meaningful unit. This is very important in NLP because computer need to understand different from of what when processing human language. Going to the next slide. In this slide we can see that what is morpheme. Actually a morpheme is the smallest unit of the language that has meaning or grammatical function. Here is the three example. first first is book is morpheme but it is complete meaningful in it. The second example is books can be divided into two part, book plus s, so here is two morpheme. The next example is unhappy. Unhappy is divided into two part, un plus happy. So a word can contain either one morphe, either two morphe, or more can be more morphe. So next, now I am going to the next slide. In this slide, I'll discuss about the type of the morphe. There are actually two type of morphe. One is free morphe, another is bound morphe. A free morpheme can understand alone a word. Example: book, run, cat, teach. Next is bound morpheme. A bound morpheme cannot stand alone. It must be attached to the another morpheme. For example, unhappy. Here, if I divide it unhappy, it is un plus happy. Kindness, it is kind plus edness. Books, book plus s. So the main difference is free morphe can stand alone. Book, but bound morphe cannot stand alone. It Now I am going to the next slide. Here I am discuss about the morphological element. There are three type of morphological element. One is root, second is stem, third is affix. Now first I am going to discuss about the root. A root is the core part of a word that carries its basic lexical meaning. For example, for example, in the first example, help is the root in helpful and helpless. Teach is the root is teacher and teaching, because teacher what contains two part, teacher plus er. Teaching word divided into two part, teach plus ing. So teach is the core word. This core word is called the root. Second morphological element is stem. Stem is the form of a word to which an inflectional affix is added. Let's take some example. First example is teacher. The teacher contain three part, teach plus e plus er plus h. Teach is the root and teacher is the stream. S is the inflectional affix. Next we have to understand what is affix. Affix is a bound morpheme attached to a root or stem to modify meaning or grammatical function. Here some example. There are different type of affix. A prefix comes before the root or stems. For example, unhappy. Here un is the prefix. A suffix comes after a root, after the root or stem. For example, kindness. Here ness is the suffix. Infix. Infix actually lays inside the word. In an infix occur inside a root. Next is sarcasmics. A sarcasmics occur around a root and is a common language. Now I am going to the next slide. Next, in this slide, I will discuss about the morphological process. Morphological process are a way in which words are from modified or grammatical marked by adding, removing or changing morphemes. There are two type of morphemes, inflectional morphemes and derivational morphemes. Now I am going to discuss about this individual morphemes. First is inflectional morphemes. Inflectional morphemes change the grammatical from a word without creating a new word. Here we can say cat. Inflected from is cats. That means no change of word meaning of the word, but change grammatical form. From cat is singular base word or cat, and cats is inflected plural word. Second word is walk. Walk is walked. Here is the walk plus ed, that is passed from. Another example is play, tall, he he's too he, tall, taller. That means comparative. Tall plus year. That means in those words there is no change in the meaning but grammatical change. This is the inflectional morphology. Next is derivational morphology. Derivational morphology create a new word or lexeme by adding a derivation morpheme to an existing word. Suppose in the example, happy become unhappy by adding prefix "un". Happy become happiness by adding suffix "ness". Teaching become teacher by adding suffix "er". Kind become kindness by adding suffix "nes". And now I'm going to the next slide. Next I'm discussing about the steaming. Steaming reduces a word to its stem by removing prefix or suffix using rule-based algorithm. For example, playing become play and play become place, but sometimes the result is not valid dictionary word. For example, studies become study. Study is not a correct English word, but the streaming algorithm produces it applying its rules. Therefore, the main advantage of the streaming algorithm is that is simple, fast, but the output may always not be a valid because studies become study. Study cannot become a word. Next is lemmatization. Lemmatization. Lemmatization reduce a word to its correct dictionary base from called the lemma. Streaming streaming focus a word reduction so the output not be a valid dictionary word, but lemmatization produce a linguistical meaningful dictionary word. Here is the example. Studies become study, mice become mouse, won't become go, better become good. Unlike steaming, lemmatization tries to produce a meaningful word. So the difference is steaming cuts the word down, lemmatization find the correct base from. Now I am discussing my last topic. The topic name is finite state transducer. A finite state transducer model that maps a input sequence of symbol of a output sequence using rule. It in computational morphology, FST mean finite state transducer can be used to process to word from. In fast it is checked if it is detect the checksum. If there is a prefix, it remove the prefix and give the output. Here is the example, playing. In this playing there is a suffix ing. So finite state transducer detect a suffix ing and remove this suffix ing and output is play. So thank you, sir. This is my presentation. Thank you.